Follow the money.
I always say, you always follow the money.
Yeah.
This is Follow the Money with Mitch Moss and Pauly Howard on VSiN.
Here we go. Welcome in. It is Follow the Money on VSiN, the Sports Betting Network. Mitch Moss along with Pauly Howard. We're live in downtown Vegas from the Circa Resort and Casino. A 3-hour banger lined up today. As always, really good guests. A lot of World Cup soccer, obviously, as these two matches are beginning as we speak. We have Malcolm Bamford on the program, Sports Gambling Podcast. He came on the show last week, gave out a winner. That was 11-1. Adam Burke in an hour from right now. NFL Futures with him. Our guide is out here at VSiN. Mike Palm 90 minutes, a daily World Cup hit with him. A bettor wants to put $250,000 on the USA match here tonight. Will they take it? Mike was anti-taking it earlier this week, and Steve Wist, the meat man, on the show as well. I'll tell you, yesterday was not a good gambling day for me, Pauly, right out of the gates. Those live bets that I had on Haiti and the under, those went up in flames during the show. And then last night, it flipped. I had that over in the South Korea match, never got there. And then I would qualify the beat on the Mexico total under 2.5 as probably the fifth or sixth bad beat I've had so far in the World Cup. But that's the perils of soccer betting. Welcome to the club.
That one stung in the 94th minute. Ridiculous. You know, it kind of ties into this Germany match coming up, and also USA tonight. Do you want to take the best team, even though they've already clinched the group? Because certainly Czechia had a lot to play for, but Mexico was awesome. And even the backups want to show out and have a good performance as well, like they did. The South Korea media was all over the manager afterwards.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it was...
They hated the game plan.
Yeah, your substitutions were awful. You were terrible at attacking them as well. So a little housekeeping here. After you're up as much as 32 units, we've only had one draw in the last 13 matches. We've only had 2 underdogs win. So we've had 13, 14 draws, whatever it is, but only 2 dogs have won in the entire tournament, and that was Turkey lost and South Korea lost. And the other one, getting juicy. And here...
Oh, there's a goal.
Who?
There's a goal immediately for Germany.
Oh, boy.
Not even at the 2-minute mark.
Oh, boy.
And there's an injured player for Ecuador as well. That's no good because I'm on Ecuador.
That's all she wrote for Ecuador. Ecuador, one of 3 countries yet to score in the tournament. Fewest goals in the group stage. They were 65-1.
Boy, that's the worst start imaginable for me today.
Oh, boy. So the other angle you have here, you are up 20 units in the last 4 days. If you're blindly betting, will a team come from behind and win?
Hold on a second here. I'm sorry. Stop the presses. They have to take this off the board. The guy kicks the Ecuador defender right in the face. Is that going to be nothing to see here? There's got to be blood on the pitch, I would think. I apologize for interrupting,
okay.
Pauly, but that happened so fast, and now we have like eight of his teammates surrounding him right now.
I'm not showing a goal on the in-play.
Okay.
So maybe they took it down. We'll see what happens. But this is because Morocco was 14-1. And at Circa, it's either team. So you get both teams here, and Morocco themselves were 14-1. So I think they're going to count this. But this is incredible now that's something else we can focus on and look at, that you're up over 20 units just in the last 4 days. Betting will a team come from behind and win. So it's juicy. It's awesome what's going on. The mess in Kansas City I can't get enough of, which we'll talk about Saturday night. But 6 more games. Let's rock and roll today. And already a banger in the Germany match.
Yep. So the reason why I was on Ecuador, I had many reasons to be on them today. First of all, as you said, I mean, I thought they were very unfortunate. And yeah, they're going to count it for Germany. It's going to be a goal. So horrible start for me, plus the 1. I also have them on the double chance, which is they win or draw at plus 155. I thought they've had so far like an unfair shake just because they had a ton of chances and they could never put one between the pipes. And coming into the tournament, they were considered a kind of a sleeper pick or a trendy underdog, I guess, if you will.
Yeah.
And the reason why was because they have a really good defense. And, you know, this is the second consecutive day I'm sitting here on the air talking about how a team is like elite defensively. Yesterday was Morocco. Well, what happened to them? They gave up 2 in the first half to Haiti. Mm-hmm. And they came all the way back and they tied it twice before they eventually covered the goal line at minus 1.5. But I had reasons to be on Ecuador here. And And let's see if they can get an equalizer here sometime in the first half, maybe. I know Nigel wrote about liking the under at plus money in the match at vsin.com today.
Yeah. I got to be able to score. The other one here, I think it's Ivory Coast is a lot like Senegal. Senegal's got to win. They have to do it by margin. Yep. Ivory Coast just has to get the W, but again, can room the keeper, stand on his head again after the 15 saves on the last performance. They are huge favorites here, 5 minutes in, and a lot of people making the case for not only team total, but the over in the match as well. And we'll see if it could be a low-scoring match here, but I expect Ivory Coast to win and advance as well with these games coming up. And I think I expect fireworks in the middle session. I'm really looking forward to that. And the other thing is, you can bet these matches early. I immediately bet Netherlands over 2.5 against Tunisia when I saw what a tire fire they were.
Sure.
And that's up to 3.5 now, and that minus 1,100 to win the match. And certainly you can get creative to win both halves, team total over 1.5 and all that stuff, like Alex wrote about on vsin.com, the creative ways you can play this. But I would expect fireworks considering Tunisia's been blasted 5-1 and 4-0 in Japan. Netherlands, I think, was the best match of the tournament thus far.
Great. With
that 2-2 and everything was scored in the second half. And they should give a good performance against Sweden, who's also entertaining. And a lot of people are backing the dog in that match.
Well, so I'm a big fan of this Japan side. I think they're really good.
Yes.
And I did play that match a couple of different ways. And I will tell people that, again, the way that this match started here for Ecuador and the way it went yesterday for me betting the World Cup, not exactly great. Don't know if you want to tail, fade, follow, do whatever you want. But I'm on Japan. I played them at minus 110 to win it outright.
Good quotes from the manager. We're going for it.
Yes.
We want to win. Absolutely.
They're going to make it with the way that they play with the backline defensive unit. It's going to be very difficult for Sweden to score in this match, I think. But also, there's a lot to like overall, I think, with this Japan side on both defensive and offensive aspects. I play the team total based on a number here, and there's a goal. That's the Ivory Coast scoring at the barely into the 7-minute mark.
Hello. So we got goal in the first 10, plus 415 and plus 385 that cashed them both.
Popping just like that.
It's popping.
And that was the Ivory Coast to cover and to go over the total. Their team total was popular today as well, and that's a good start for those who are betting that.
Yeah.
But I bet Japan minus 110 on the money line, and I bet Japan over team total 1.5. Minus 102 was the number.
Yep.
So that was a good take there at that price.
They got a good team.
Yeah, they do. They do.
I think that should be high scoring as well. 7 of the last 8 Sweden matches have gone over 3.5. That's crazy.
Let me tell you this as well. So when we had Dale and Cuff on the program yesterday, Dynamite on Soccer, you can go back and listen to it, the Follow the Money podcast. We were talking about trying to make some money on this USA club because the future numbers are obviously wiped out because of their fast start and everybody betting them anyway. And I asked him about making the quarterfinals because of their potential draw, looking like it's going to be Bosnia and then potentially like Egypt in the second round after that.
Lines up at DraftKings. We're $1.50.
$1.50?
Yeah.
So I said, what about plus 105 to make the quarters? So he goes, well, when you look at the overall draw, take a peek at who their most likely team is or opponent in the quarters. That would be Spain. And I don't know if he moved the number on that. Potentially he did. He said that was available at 3-1. By the time I looked after the show yesterday, the best I could get was plus 225. But that to me was still worth a bet. For USA to lose in the quarterfinals because of the path they have in front of them and the idea that they're probably going to get Spain there. And as he pointed out on the show yesterday, there's absolutely no way, no how. That's a goal. Is that the equalizer? Another goal already?
Ecuador on the board.
Ecuador got one.
Welcome to the tournament. There you go.
Needed that.
Show some guts.
Yes. Boy, fireworks are ready. Holy smokes.
It's your BTTS, 10 minutes in.
Wow, what was the price on that?
Yeah. $1.40.
Okay.
Good for them.
I will say this about how it's going to be, it's actually going to be sad when this event's over with. The match last night featuring Mexico, the crowd pop on the first goal.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this is just...
They're good.
Yeah, they're legit.
And they have a good path, doable path. Absolutely.
Please give us Mexico and England July 5th, I believe that would be.
Uh-huh.
In Mexico.
There's a lot of great matchups coming up, and it's going to start Monday, too. So as I understand it, Netherlands might play Morocco and Brazil might play Japan.
Yes.
I mean, this is crazy. These are great matches here we could get on Monday with the triple header.
How do you like that break for me?
Yeah.
Having both the Netherlands and Morocco to make the quarters, and they might play in the 32.
What a match. Brutal. Should be a high-scoring affair. And I think Canada should win Sunday. $1.40 in that range against South Africa, and South Africa has had problems scoring, although it was a great story that they're able to get this done. But I think it ends Sunday against Canada.
Yeah.
But that's a good match, too.
Did you do anything with the USA match tonight itself?
No.
Our producer, Luke, has the breakdown at vsin.com today.
Well, he's resting guys with the yellows.
Yep.
I know people are criticizing that move. But this goes back to, again, you just take the better team at great value, even though they've locked up the group. So is it, Mexico Part 2, what they did? Still, the tickets are sky high. People can't get enough of the USA team. And I'm surprised they haven't taken the bet here, too, because you're getting the best of it. Wouldn't be surprised if it's a draw. It's also a three-way, But one of the biggest disappointments of the tournament has been Turkey, that they haven't even scored.
Yeah,
and a lot of people picked them to win the group. So, do you see a little guts here? Do you see a little fire, or is it? Well, especially the other thing, we're good. Well, we've been fortunate. We've started both matches with an own goal.
Yeah,
and that takes the pressure off too.
No doubt.
So we'll see if there's a mistake early, but I could make the case for a 1-1 final and an under.
Luke, I think Luke was writing about goals overall. And maybe that's what the bettor wants here at Circa. Maybe he wants to get involved with the total. Another big trade today in the NBA. LaMelo Ball moved from Charlotte in exchange for Naz Reid and picks to Minnesota. And I'm pretty sure one of the two teams is either going for it or not done making moves. We'll expand on that next.
So you're listening to this podcast because you want an edge. But what if I told you you're only halfway there? You've got the mindset. Now it's time to get the toolkit to match. Here's the thing. Pro bettors spend thousands on data and tools, but what they don't want you to know is you can get the same edge for a fraction of the cost with VSiN Pro. With VSiN Pro, you get access to expert picks, public betting data, prop projections, powerful tools, analytics, and more. Tap the link in the description and see why thousands of bettors are already using VSiN Pro to cash more bets.
This is Follow the Money on VSiN.
1-1 still, Germany, Ecuador, 15th minute, and Ivory Coast over Curacao, 1-0. That is also now into the 15th minute. We'll expand on that coming up in 15 minutes. Malcolm Bamford is going to join the program, gave out an 11-1 shot, cashed last week, sports gambling podcast.
You'll like him. He's a character.
Oh, good. Very good.
Yep.
Okay, so what was your reaction today to I'm going to call it a big trade in the NBA, as the Charlotte Hornets said, yeah, LaMelo Ball, it's been real, but we're going to send you off to Minnesota. And they got Naz Reid and picks in return. I thought, maybe they could have gotten a little bit more for him.
Seems like a panic move. And doing whatever they can to please Edwards. Wiggins leaves, wins the title. Trade Cat, wins the title. Butler criticized those guys, can't win. They were able to. Randall, disaster. Have to ship him off. DiVincenzo, unfortunate injury, likely out for the year. They don't control their own first-round pick until 2032.
Oh, man.
Are you kidding? So I love the trade for Charlotte. I know he's a polarizing player. 25 years old. He's probably going to sign an extension, 2 for $120 million. He's a chucker. I know they had great numbers on-off for Ball and the season they had, but they gambled and lost. They had a choice to make last summer. You had Randall, Reed, and Alexander Walker. They could keep 2. They let Alexander Walker go, and he was a great player and one most improved.
That's very true.
And led the way. And now Randall was a disaster in the playoffs. I like Naz Reid. I think you have they kind of changed their team now, where it's more about scoring, and then you're going to count on Gobert down low to clean everything up defensively. But I know this, and I have to wait, but I know Charlotte isn't done.
No, they're not
so
done.
There's plenty of moves coming with Charlotte. Jaylen Brown, I don't know. They might let Bridges walk and move him, but now there's more trades coming, and they have a huge trade exception with this as well that Bobby Marks talked about. So it's a bizarre last couple of years for the Timberwolves, and it seems like they're doing everything they can to make Ann happy and trying to find a way, which they've had success, though, too.
Right.
I mean, they made a couple Western Conference finals, but they're looking around in a stacked conference and trying to keep their superstar, and I don't love the move. ESPN gave them a D+.
Okay.
I think that's fair.
Well, they're going to have to add at least one more big body, but I will tell you that, to me, it says that they are absolutely in love with a player that's going to be in his second year. He's a backup center to Rudy Gobert, Johan Beringer, and he played really well last year in training camp, exhibition games, and when he would get some minutes early on in the season, and he popped as a guy that, okay, he can play. So he's going to get a ton of run backing up Gobert next year. But at the forward spot, you go from having Randall and Reed to now being heavy guard-centric. And I also think that this was a kind of a counter to the Spurs and the Thunder size by saying, okay, well, you guys are very difficult to score on down below. We're not going to get because Gobert's not good offensively at all. You can't even throw him the ball in the low block. So what we're going to do is spread you out, play faster, and we can throw Shannon, DeSunmo, we can have Ant, Ball, more on Ant, by the way, early on in the season, what you're going to want to file away with him and play a different style of basketball. And as for Charlotte, I'm 100% with you that maybe now they have a $40 million trade exemption, right?
Yes.
That's not enough to get it done for Jaylen Brown. However, a third team could get involved. And at DraftKings right now, Charlotte is a second shot on the board to acquire Jaylen Brown or where he's going to play next year, Boston being number one. So,
well, the big thing is, too, though, that this also allows them to keep White, and they signed him.
And I'd take that over LaMelo Ball, quite frankly.
He was great in the play-in game, too, and had some good moments. I don't know what the hell they're doing in Chicago to get rid of both of those guys.
I know.
But Brian Windhorst had a great line that you think you can probably get 60% of his production at 80% of the cost. With what now you get White for $75 million and you let Ball go.
I'm totally fine with replacing him and starting White next year, and they're gonna be 10 deep. I'm fine with the team still. I'm not gonna completely panic, and maybe the other guy they could get is Kyrie Irving. I'd keep an eye on that.
Okay, well he's a good player, but the concern is also the injuries, and the outlier I think was last year,
100%
when he played 70 games. So go back and look at the missed games played. He played in 36. 22 and 47 games before the 72 last year.
That's right.
So he's had some bad luck, and that's another concern for Minnesota.
Absolutely a huge gamble, without question. I will say early in the season, Anthony Edwards, now his numbers are going to be up there because he's Anthony, takes a ton of threes. He will be my Derry Bird, my A.J. Green, to start the year next year. Because on the Bucks, we attacked him for the first 10 games of the season. When they made his numbers, they were not priced properly, and he killed it for the first couple of weeks of the year. But this is a great tweet from Dan Devine on Anthony Edwards' catch-and-shoot three-pointers since his rookie season. He's going to have a lot of catch-and-shoot three attempts because now LaMelo Ball can be a primary ball handler. From his rookie season to last year, 41% to 41.7%, back to 41% to 42.1%, and last year 49.6% on catch-and-shoot threes. If Anthony Edwards' three-point prop is 3.5 over plus money to begin the year, we're all in. We're absolutely all in because he'll take 12 or 15 threes a game, and he shoots a nice percentage, and he'll probably start out by hitting 4 or 5 in these games right away, and the books are going to have to adjust unless they think he's going to be like Steph Curry and make that number 4.5 to begin the year. I do find it interesting that some books moved Minnesota down because of this move, meaning from 28-ish to 1 to 20 to 1 to win the title. Other books said, nah, this is not good. And they went the other way, and they raised Minnesota to win the title next year. But this is the Hornets' depth chart next year, because Kobe White's not going to be running the point. Knipple, Miller, Bridges, Diabate. Very good lineup. Again, for those who were not paying attention or listening to VSiN at all, from January 1st on, they were one of the best teams in the entire league. That goes east or west, and with that 5-man lineup, now this was not Kobe White, it was LaMelo Ball, they basically had the best numbers in the entire NBA, that starting 5. And White, when he would replace Ball, they actually had some better numbers. But they just drafted Christian Anderson, 42% from deep last year. Reed will come off the bench. Kalkbrenner had a nice rookie season. They have McNeely from UConn last year, who was a super high prospect. I think Steinbach can play maybe immediately. And I'm not even including the entire roster. So I think job well done, and they will go. They're right now here at circa 28-1 to win the East. What do you think that number goes to if they somehow acquire Jaylen Brown?
That's a big move. Be a huge acquisition. I mean,
Yep.
that's the big Clippers, Cavs, Charlotte, where he could wind up. And he's going to, by all indications, he's going to be dealt. Kawhi Leonard's going to be on the move. There's a report he'll sign an extension if he goes back to Toronto. What's going to happen with LeBron? He was 75% on Pauly market to stay with the Lakers. That's dropped to 68%. I know LA would love to keep him, but how they're going to do this is they're going to fill out most of the roster and then go to him and say, here's what we can offer you. What do you think? Who knows how he's going to react in his team. But after giving Reeves all that money, but this is going to be big where I don't know what's going to happen with Brown, but certainly there's a bidding war, a lot of teams involved. And there were a lot of teams involved with LaMelo, too. Portland wanted in.
Sure.
There were some other teams that wanted a piece, and I think there's going to be more trades in the next couple of days, and this is going to be fantastic for the association.
What do you think of LaMelo overall? I think he's a nice player. Can he be?
I'm concerned about like off the court theatrics with the young demographic loves him, but shot selection. I mentioned the injuries and plus all the money too. I mean, he's going to get $60 million a year.
I know.
That's the extension on the table.
Give me Kobe White every day.
I mean, he's 20-7. I mean, that's good.
That's good, yeah. But I'm with you. Like the amount of attempts that he and Edwards are going to take together in these games, they're going to combine from like 33s occasionally.
I'm not saying this is who he is, but it also, when you're that young, that you can go one of two directions. You could say, hey, I got $400 million in the bank. I'm good. Or you could just work your ass off and say, I want to prove people wrong or also live up to that contract. A lot of guys take the different routes. Just say, okay, I'm set for life. I'm going to, like Barkley and Shaq always criticized some of these guys about the not caring enough. But he was great in the play-in, but certainly I can see why he's polarizing and shot selection and all that. But the numbers were fantastic with the on-off numbers too. I just think it's a reach for Minnesota, and I agree with the D+ grade on ESPN, and certainly more work to be done for Charlotte. That's why I'm excited.
I think that Minnesota's going to be a completely different team next year.
Yes.
How they play basketball. Now, I think McDaniels could also have just a phenomenal season as well because they're going to have to rely on him, and he's improved offensively almost every single year.
Losing Alexander Walker was big.
That was a bad decision there.
He turned into a great player.
And McDaniels is going to have to play a lot of four, and he is a very good defensive player, so that now it's going to turn into relying on Gobert and McDaniels to make up for a lot of mistakes like on the perimeter. There's a header attempt by Germany that's stopped by the goalie for Ecuador.
They got to go for it. Ecuador's got to have this one.
They just had an attempt, and the guy got tackled, and there was no yellow card or anything like that. So I was surprised by that overall. It's Follow the Money here on VSiN, the Sports Betting Network. We are live, circa biggest sports book in the world, downtown Las Vegas. Up next, more best bets in the World Cup. Malcolm Bamford on the program, sports gambling podcast. USA has won the group. Turkey has been eliminated. What's the bet to make based on how he thinks the match plays out? And a ton of other bets from Malcolm coming up next here on VSiN.
This is Follow the Money on VSiN.
Get some best bets here. World Cup action coming up tonight. Maybe a little bit beyond that. We go out to the Progressive Guest Line. Malcolm Bamford joins the program now, part of the Sports Gambling Podcast. Ryan Kramer and Sean Green do a great job there, and Malcolm's a part of it. Malcolm, thanks for popping on the program today. How are you?
I am very well. We are live watching a couple of games, Germany, Ecuador, and Ivory Coast, Curacao. Goals galore all over the place. So, yeah, thoroughly enjoying all the football. And delighted to be speaking to you two gentlemen today.
Well, what do you make of your positions that you have on these two matches? You're on the team total over for Ivory Coast 2.5, and they popped one in the 6th or the 7th minute, and then you also have Germany money line here against Ecuador.
Yeah, good start. I can't believe that Germany goal was allowed to stand. To be honest, it looked like it was just a very obvious foul. But the referees and the VAR have approached this entire tournament with quite a light touch. There's plenty of time. Ecuador needs to come out. So the more they come out in the second half, I think the more likely they are to get picked off by Germany. So I'm perfectly happy that Germany might go and win this in the last 20 minutes. And the Ivory Coast early goal. And as that game goes on, Curacao will tie. I expect Ivory Coast to get to 3. So hopefully, I couldn't have asked for a better first 30 minutes. So I'm in a fairly strong position. But yeah, it's set up really nicely. And again, like last night, we saw it's a relatively small sample size, but every team so far has played to their strengths. Mexico didn't phone it in because they'd already qualified.
Right.
South Korea, similar. The Czech Republic last night, although they were already toast, they carried on playing. So I think these teams will just keep. There's been a lot of kind of conspiracies kicking around, and I think we might touch on a couple of them coming up. But so far, everyone's just gone for it. Canada and Switzerland just went for it. Bosnia were on brand. Qatar were on brand. Just so happens their brand was terrible. But everyone played to where we think they should be.
I'm excited to get into the conspiracy talk coming up. So Netherlands, awesome. Well, I think they're going to bury Tunisia coming up. Now they're a $9 favorite. You know, you can play the money line with the team total over, with the game over, how you want to play it, how you want to attack Netherlands against Tunisia, and there should be plenty of goals here.
Yeah, there should be plenty of goals. You can attack this any way you like. Tunisia did not get a new manager bounce last time out. It lasted 3 minutes, the new manager bounce. The Dutch were a little bit clumsy against Japan, but then they did score 5 past Sweden in that chaotic game. The lines are quite prohibitive, 4 goals. The lines have gone to -2.5 on the handicap, over 2.5 team total. I don't mind running up the ladder, though, on the goals. Over 3.5 for even money. Over 4.5 plus 240. If you want to go right to the top, over 5.5 is plus 550. But I did find a bet that I adore at even money. I had to work hard to find this bet. I got into some of the obscure markets. And this one is the Dutch to win both halves. I don't know how Tunisia can play a half of football against this Dutch team and not lose that game. So the Dutch would have to win each half independently. So they win the first half, restart in the second half and win that too. And that's even money. I can't see Tunisia hanging with them even for 45 minutes. So the Dutch to win both halves at evens, or if you're looking for something a bit fancier, go up the ladder with the match goals over 4.5, over 5.5.
Excellent.
Okay.
That's not hard to find either. Good breakdown. I'm surprised with your pick here, because I really like this Japan club, and the manager's saying they're going to go for it, and Sweden gave up a ton of goals in the last match. We've only had 2 underdogs win so far in the World Cup. Why do you think there's value with Sweden at plus 330, sir?
I just don't think that far apart. We could play this game 10 times, and they could win 3, draw 4, lose 3. But they're plus 333. This should be closer. Japan should be favourites, but maybe plus 130, plus 140. Sweden shouldn't be this price. And Sweden have demonstrated the ability to score goals. And if this game's going to be a shootout, end to end, which we saw, Sweden were unfortunate to lose 5-1. I don't think that was a 5-1 game. Maybe 3-2 to the Dutch, something along those lines. If this is a shootout, I don't see why Sweden at this price. Goals is the obvious handicap. Why wouldn't there be goals? The 2 teams between them have played 4 times. There's been 4-4, 6-6. So again, a similar ladder. This is a really nice parlay game. With these 2 games going on simultaneously, you can guarantee yourself some excitement by parlaying something like the over 3.5 in both games or the over 4.5 in both games. So that's your main angle in. But I just don't think Sweden are that bad. Alexander Isak and Victor Gyökeres are your 2 strikers. These are 2 premium footballers, Premier League, Champions League footballers. In Japan are fine. I really like Japan. They're okay. But Sweden can score 2 or 3 goals in this game. And if they score 2 or 3 goals, they shouldn't be plus 333, I don't think.
Great breakdown. Follow the money here on VSiN, the Sports Betting Network. Malcolm Bamford's our guest, Sports Gambling Podcast, and he is on the Progressive guest line. By the way, it looks like I'm looking at a bunch of different lines right now on the screen, and it appears as if Sweden's taking money here, because earlier today, Japan, I saw as high as minus 145 to win it, which I'm like, it's getting carried away. Now Japan's like even money. And so the best I can see at Sweden now is like a little over 3-1. So you have a good number there at plus 333. What's the breakdown tonight here for the club that everybody here listening to in this country is involved in the most. Obviously, that's the USA taking on Turkey. Turkey's been eliminated. They've been a complete flop. USA, the expectations now are, just out of control. So with that team already advancing and winning the group, what's the overall breakdown and how this match is going to go in your mind?
Yeah, this is tricky. This is really, it all depends on your own narrative. You might have a narrative separate to me. And really, we won't know how they're going to approach it, either team, until we see it. The USA, the biggest thing for me is they're going to have to make those 4 changes. They've got 4 players on a yellow card, and it's 4 of their important players. It's Adams, it's Balogun, it's Richards, and it's Robinson. And it would be slightly negligent for Pochettino to play those players, knowing that a second yellow card will lead to a suspension. So it makes sense for them to be left out. The yellow cards are wiped after the group stage. So that might cause them a little problem. Turkey have been slightly unfortunate. They've had 60 shots in 2 games, which is an astonishing figure to not score any goals. Mm-hmm. They've had a little bit of bad luck, but also there's been a lack of quality and no excuses. As I said at the top, I think what we've seen so far, the 3 games last night and in the first half an hour this evening, everyone's just going to go for it. Turkey are a proud nation. This are a proud squad. They want to go and get on the score sheet. USA want to keep momentum up. The coach is fully aware, by the way, that this is a home match. And however many thousand people, 70,000 people, have paid a lot of money to go and watch this team. He's not going to want to phone it in for them. You can't risk losing your momentum to go into the next game a little bit off the boil. I just think this is going to be goals again. Both teams to score in over 2.5. I think it's a great play. The USA team total over 1.5 at -120. I do think the USA will win. I've been incredibly impressed with the USA. They've been dynamic. They've been aggressive on the front foot. And I don't mind. There's a little bit of a maverick play here. The USA to win from behind. I think Turkey will score. So why not give them the first goal and then the USA can grind them down? That's 7-1 if you wanted something a little bit bigger. But it does look like goals. Both teams to score and over 2.5 goals would be my play.
2 minutes left. How about Paraguay and Australia, where the draw is +120? Do you see similarities here with the Saturday night match with Algeria and Austria, where you're better off losing in some instances?
This is it. This is the $1 million question. After this game, we'll know a little bit more, or I'll feel a bit more confident handicapping that Algeria-Austria game. These are the conspiracies we're talking about. This does look like the first carve-up of the tournament, because first place is assured to USA, 4th place is assured to Turkey. They're jockeying for position, 2nd and 3rd. But really, there's no benefit to finishing 2nd and 3rd. So in terms of risk-reward, there's plenty of risk for very little reward. It's reflected in the prices. The under 2.5 goals is hilariously short at -277. Now, if you add into all that, if this was match day 1, Paraguay v Australia, I would have handicapped this as low scoring and a draw. That's on brand for both teams. So that's their DNA anyway. And then you add in all this extra shenanigans of the situation. And it just, I don't know why it would be any different. I mean, the 0-0 draw at 3-1, it's not going to make you rich. It stands out. I don't mind the draw. I did find another angle, though, and if these two teams are just going to play around each other, under 2.5 cards is -110. If it's all going to be after you, Claude, why would anyone pick up a yellow card? That's the same pick. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? It was just a different angle in, so I thought it was a fun play.
The crafty play. Malcolm, that was dynamite.
Crafty play.
Thank you. Best of luck tonight and beyond. We appreciate that.
Appreciate it. Cheers. Thank you.
Part of the Sports Gambling Podcast. Win, lose next. Paulie's going to run down the big numbers of cash yesterday in the World Cup, including a 50-1 shot next on VSiN.
Win Some, Lose Some is sponsored by the Sharp Plays.
Were you a winner last night? Wow, winning. Or was it a rough one?
Well, they can't all be winners, can they?
Loser! You're a loser!
Pauly Howard recap recaps the night in sports betting in Win Some, Lose Some.
Switzerland, Canada, 2-1 exact score, plus 875. BTTS, minus 130. Canada plays Sunday. Bosnia, Qatar, 3-1 exact score, 11-1. BTTS, minus 115. Own goal, plus 550. Brazil, Scotland, 3-0, plus 850. Goal in the first 10 minutes, plus 420. Fireworks with Morocco and Haiti. 4-2 exact score, 50-1. Goal in the first 10, plus 380. Both teams to score, plus 165. Own goal, 5-1. A team to come from behind and win, 14-1. You're up 20 units betting that the last 4 days, blindly. Mexico, 3-0, 14-1. South Africa, South Korea, 1-0, 15-1. South Africa advances. They were plus 450 on the money line, only the second underdog to win outright in the World Cup. Most runs, the Pirates, 30-1. And of course, the Yurfie cat, the Mariners lost 11-1. They scored in the first inning.
That's fun.
Unbelievable. Subscribe, be part of the team, vsin.com, our radio and podcast friends. You always want to see these tweets and videos at Pauly Does Vegas on Instagram. Send them in, we'll put you on. This was at The Night Starts Here, every day, 6 to 7, Golden Gate, free play and open bar to everyone. Someone was playing that NFL slot machine.
Oh, yeah, they have a bunch of those right out here, by the way.
Never played it, I know. And the guy, you can pick your team. And the guy chose the Browns. And on a $3 bet, he won $140,000. I don't know how that happened. Did he get a bonus, something? I've never met anyone who plays the game. It is, you see there's one out here, though, but I don't even know where it is at the Golden Gate. And the guy, he picks the team. Nothing's gone right for this organization. And a $3 bet, he wins it. Maybe times are changing.
Yeah, that might be a good sign. I'd get off your bet on Browns under this year.
Yes.
You know who plays that all the time?
Who?
We just talked to a guy from the Sports Gambling Podcast, Malcolm Bamford. Ryan Kramer, when he comes in to do the show.
Does he?
Yeah, when they do the show on Friday nights during the football season and beyond, I think he sits out there and plays it every single week.
I'll have to check it out.
I have no idea if he's ever had success, but
Yeah. How about it?
he's he's had a lot of success.
Really? We're going to
Okay.
break it down with
All
him. This is great. I love these dog videos. Look at sound up. He's waiting. He knows when dad comes home. And then the greeting every single day. Yeah, gets his favorite toy, wants to play. Yep. He knows his system. He knows the... Look at that. Look how excited this guy is. Yeah? Look at the mug on this guy. Every time dad comes home. I know the exact time. Good to see you. Got my favorite toy.
That's
Let's
his
play
toy,
fetch.
ready to go.
All right. Big fella, huh? Yeah. Guy's a tank.
Oh, man.
That's excellent.
Love that dog.
Here's another good one. You've mentioned this several times. Look at the mug on this, the French Bulldog. Oh, we're going on a trip, huh? You're packing your suitcase? Let me put my favorite toy in there. I'm coming along, right? He packed it. Looks like art. Doug Kazarian's dog.
Yeah.
Oh, no, you're leaving without me? No, you can't do that. Oh, come on.
Oh, that's no good.
You can't do that, right? You're
Are you
leaving
sure
me
about
on
this?
the trip? Sure.
Yeah.
I mean,
I
could be, phony, but still. I love it how he's... Oh, let me pack my favorite toy in the suitcase. I want to go with it.
It's uncanny how sad they get when they see the suitcases. I've
Yeah,
had
right.
I'll hop in the shower and I have the suitcase right there that's almost like halfway packed, and I've had two different dogs who will come in and they will lay inside the luggage and they're
Seen
like, "You're packing me
I've
if
seen
we're
plenty
coming."
of those. Plenty of those on Instagram. Absolutely. You were up 30-some units early on, betting draw every match. 12 of the last 13, no draw. But all it takes is one, and you're right back in business. And you're still crushing it. Look at that face for the tournament. Send those to me, Luke. Bad beats. Haiti +2 or +1.5. Come on. They led 2-1. Then it's 2-2 in the 65th minute. And then Morocco scores in like the 89th minute, and I didn't even think it was good because the Haiti players stopped playing. Like it was out of bounds, but they counted it. And Mexico under 2.5, ridiculous. Everyone had it. Scoreless at the half. There was only one shot on target. They get 3, and they score in the 94th minute. Unbelievable.
Those are killer beats, man.
And the A's led 1-0 in the bottom of the 9th. 2 solo bombs for the Giants.
And Gage Jump was good yet again.
Walk it off.
We almost had one of the beats of the year last night in Major League Baseball. Not as bad. Well, maybe not as bad as the Nationals this week against the Phillies, but I would say the closer for the Guardians is the second best closer in all of baseball. He comes in. It's 3-1 Guardians, bottom of the 9th. 2 outs. Back-to-back home runs. And then bases loaded. And somehow the Guardians get out of it.
Double play, I thought, wasn't it?
And
No,
then
that was the Brewers game.
Yeah,
Sorry,
4-3. They eventually hung on somehow to win in 10 innings.
Yeah. Sports calendar never stops. Football right around the corner. Sharp Plays covers it all. When they move, the books take notice. Advanced AI, trusted insider intel. They find the value before the numbers shift. Respected, watched, and feared. All of it documented. Start winning with them. SharpPlays.com. The Robinhood plays and the AI plays have been fantastic as well. SharpPlays.com. Go get it.
Yeah, you can always tweet the show when we're live on the air at VSIN Live, at Mitch Moss Radio, at Pauly Howard. This is from Patrick Kelly saying that under 2.5 cards is a great play for that match. Yeah, Malcolm was talking about the Australia-Paraguay match.
Love the breakdown.
But he said...
Love the angle.
Yeah, PK added here, I don't know where to find that, though. I looked earlier today when I knew that was one of Malcolm's plays. I could not find that one either. You can, some books, by the way, when it comes to like corner kicks, you can ladder from like 5.5 up to like 12.5. I want to be able to ladder the cards prop, but that's tough to find. And this is from Yego on X. Some weather concerns in Kansas City. Something to keep in mind for extra goals for the Dutch. Any long delays can play a big role with them pressing on the gas.
There's rain there?
Weather concerns for
Forecast?
sure, yep.
Yeah, I saw a chance of rain at MetLife.
By the way, some of these, Luke, do we have some of these videos?
Yeah, this is great.
Oh, I mean,
taking over Times Square.
Every single city where these games are being played. And they're all, by the way, for the radio audience right now, they are, all you have to do is open up Instagram or Twitter and just do, if it doesn't pop into your timeline, you can do a quick search and see any of them as well. But it's one, look, this is in Kansas City.
I saw the Norway videos too, the roaring.
Yeah, they were doing
Roaming.
that in time.
There it is.
There's
Times
the
Square.
they're the
Taking
German
over.
fans in Times.
Man.
Yep.
God, fantastic.
Oh, I can't. This is so good.
Carton Army. Yep.
What an event.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be. You know where the next World Cup's at?
No.
It's a little funky because they're playing matches early on in Argentina and I believe Uruguay. But they also, like, the main hub for the games will be in Morocco, Spain, and Portugal. So some in South America, but then some over in Europe and also Northern Africa. That's pretty nuts. They're doing it for the 100-year anniversary of the World Cup. I don't know. I really want to go to a World Cup match at some point. Sebastian, our little boy, is 2 years old. He'll be 6 for that World Cup. And my wife want to take him to San Sebastian in Spain at some point anyway. That'd be a good one to cross off. Hey, buddy, you want to go to Spain and Portugal and go check out a World Cup match? Let's do it, huh? I've always wanted to go to a World Cup match. I'm not going to make one now in the States, so now or never, man. Looking ahead to the next 4 years. Oh, this is okay, we have another one coming up here.
Oh, I saw that before the match. How good was that? Look at that picture. That is not, it's like fake. It's out of a movie.
In Monterey.
That was before the match. I was watching it. I'm like,
that's an
my
A+.
God. Yes. Awesome. So good.
God, I love that. All right, so
we're at halftime.
We are finally. I needed halftime with my Ecuador bets.
Yeah, it moved on us while we were talking, but I mean, Ivory Coast just might say we're good. 3.5 under minus 250 now, but that's got to wait from us. Total 2.5 over minus 160. And come on, Ecuador, show some guts. 1-1 at the half. See what you're made of.
This match
Pull this one off. Come from behind and win. It's 3.5 over minus 130. See if Ecuador's got to have this. They're plus 310 to win. Germany plus 105.
They're replaying the kick to the Ecuador defender's face right now. I don't know how that stood. I honestly, you have a chance to go back and look at it. It's clear as day. And anyway, the goal is going to stand there. This match, I will say this, as someone holding right now, Ecuador +1 and also the double chance, it's far too open for my liking. There are just way too many chances here. And this thing is like it's like an up-tempo basketball game, the way that they're playing this match. Power trip bets on X. Thundering like hell in Kansas City right now. Hope for some Netherland fireworks a little bit later on. How'd you bet that one?
Team total over. There was a over 2.5 4 days ago. And I think it was Alex who has to win over 2.5 and over 1.5 team total.
Yeah, that sounds right.
But Bamford with the win both halves is a good angle too. They should bury him. Absolute burial.
Yeah.
They've been outscored Tunisia 9-1 in the tournament so far.
To your point earlier, if we get Netherlands, Morocco, in the next round.
Yeah.
That is a phenomenal match to begin. The other one could be Brazil, Japan.
Yes.
Oh, boy.
I understand. Yes.
NFL futures coming up, awards, divisions, and why you should look at betting alternate win totals. VSiN's Adam Burke joins the program and will explain why next on VSiN.